NBA season is a month in, and already we're seeing some teams struggle. I'm joined at the desk by our NBA experts, Emmanuel, Tobe, and Brad Klier, to break down what's going on with the Cavaliers and the Thunder. So guys, let's kick it off with the Cavs. 7-7 start, definitely not what they're used to being, I'd say. Emmanuel, what's going on?
For me, I would say it's a drop in production in terms of offense. Like last year, Cleveland was number 5 in field goal percentage. They're number 2 in three-pointers made, as well as number 4 in total points per game. They have gone down in every single offensive category, including assists, which now they're, I believe, number 19. Their offense is not scoring. Their offense is not contributing like they were last year. And right now, they're just looking for players to help LeBron, but they're looking and you can't find any.
Yeah, I agree with that in the sense that you lose Kyrie Irving, you don't have an adequate replacement for him so far in the season. That's going to happen. I think the issue last year and still is now is going to be their defense. That was their biggest issue against the Warriors. It has been so far. They shouldn't be losing to teams like Brooklyn, teams like New Orleans. They should be in Atlanta.
Who do you think's to blame for that on defense?
I think it's just a whole. I don't think it's really one individual. I think, though, the offensive things that you said, I think when Isaiah Thomas comes back, I think those numbers will rise up to the level they were last year. Maybe not.
To me, I don't think Isaiah Thomas can bring, because it's not just a point guard thing where they're just struggling in terms of their point guard.
But he gives them another go-to offensive option on the perimeter.
But that's if he comes back healthy. You know, rumors and stuff and reports are coming out that they don't really know. They don't really have a certain timetable for his return.
It's come out recently that it's likely for January. But like you're saying, he may not be the player he was last year. But at the same time, you're taking, Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose and Jose Calderon. Yes, I'm saying that you're upgrading the ball being in those guys' hands more into Isaiah Thomas's hands more, which is going to bring the offense up. The defense may not necessarily rebound, which I think is their biggest struggle.
You guys think
so
they're
far.
getting old over in Cleveland too?
Oh, yes, they've been old. But to me, the thing with LeBron is he's always, not always, but usually when he's on a team, a successful team, he has like a young kind of fire off the bench that really kind of pull him together. Like last game where they had Korver who scored 21 and 19 in the fourth quarter. Young Korver.
He's old.
Well, hey guys, that's enough for Cleveland right now. Let's go to the West. Let's talk about the Thunder. Brad, they got a big 3 over there. They're 6-7, not where they want to be either. What's going on over there?
I think it's really just meshing as a unit. It's the first time these three have played together as a unit on a team so far. And that's just to be expected when you have big threes come together. When Miami Heat had that a few years ago with Bosh, LeBron, D. Wade, it took them a long time to mesh and to get going as a unit. Kevin Love, Kyrie, and LeBron a few years ago also. So it takes time. I think they will end up being the 4th best team in the West. Russell Westbrook is an MVP caliber player, and I think Paul George and Carmelo can thrive in the roles that they are put in off the ball. So I think in time they'll mesh as a unit, but there's not really one area that I see as a glaring weakness.
I can think of one area that's not going to improve. I agree that the chemistry will improve. They'll start playing together. That will improve. But their rebounding is bad right now. They're number 30. They're 31st in defensive rebounds, 31st in the league, as well as 21 in total rebounds per game. I mean, they're not going up for the ball. The leading rebounder on that team for defensive rebounds is Russell Westbrook, their point guard.
And I don't think
Steven Adams.
Not Steven
Adams,
Adams,
which is what you would expect.
Exactly.
I don't necessarily see that improving much during the season because you're playing, other than Steven Adams, you're playing Carmelo, you're playing Jeremy Grant or Roberson with Paul George and Russell Westbrook.
So guys, real quick, sorry to cut you guys off, but who can turn it around by the end of the season? Cavs or Thunder? Manny, who do you think?
Honestly, at the end of the season, I would say more Thunder, but the problem is they're in the West.
Okay.
So I feel like they will turn it around, win more games and stuff like that. But them being in the West means competition is harder. Sure. When we start talking about the playoffs, they have a lot harder.
You don't think the Cavs turn it around?
Let's hear it real quick.
I think it's got to be both. I think the Cavs end up as the 2 seed in the East, Thunder is the 4 seed in the West. I think that's pretty adequate for turning it around, I would say.
Thank you, guys. Got a lot of basketball to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Big season ahead of us. But that's all the time we got for NBA basketball. Up next, Ellie's joined the desk by our NASCAR expert, so don't go anywhere.